Jaya Jaya Sri Caitanya Jaya Nityananda Jaya Dvaita Chandra Jaya Gaura Bhakta Vrinda Jaya Jaya Sri Caitanya Jaya Nityananda Jaya Dvaita Chandra Jaya Gaura Bhakta Vrinda Jaya Jaya Sri Chaitanya Jaya Nityananda Jaya Dvaita Chandra Jaya Gaura Bhakta Vrinda Sri Chaitanya Charitamrita ki Jai Srila Krishnadas Kaviraj Goswami ki Jai Srila Prabhupada ki Jai Om Ajnanatimirandhasya Jnananjana Salakaya Chakshurunmilitam Yena Tasmai Sri Gurave Namaha Sri Chaitanya Manobhishtam Sthapitam Yena Bhutale Swayam Rupah Kada Mahyam Dadati Swapadantikam Nama Om Vishnu Padaya Krishna Preshtaya Bhutale Shrimate Bhakti Vedanta Swaminiti Namine Namaste Saraswate Deve Gauravani Pracharine Nirvishesha Shunyavadi Paschatya Deshatarine Jai Sri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Sri Advaita Gadadhar Srivasadi Gaur Bhakta Vrinda Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama Ram Ram Hare 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 Krishna. Dear devotees, welcome to today's Sri Chaitanya Charitamrita reading. We are reading from Sri Chaitanya Charitamrita Madhya Lila, Chapter 1, the later pastimes of Lord Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. And the last session, which was on Friday, we read how after meeting Rup Sanatan Goswamis at Ramkeli on Rup Goswami and Sanatan Goswami's request to leave the place immediately because you couldn't trust, even though the king Nawab Hussain Shah is very respectful now, you couldn't trust him because he's a Yavana. Besides, the Lord had no business in that place. He should just leave right away. So, yes, and after that we saw how Mahaprabhu so this was after they offered obeisances to all the Vaishnavas, and all the Vaishnavas congratulated them. Then they had made this request of Mahaprabhu to leave the place immediately. So Mahaprabhu decided in his mind, now I want to leave this place. So he continued his travels and went up to Kanair Natashala, and where he saw the pastimes of Lord Krishna depicted, right? That's the place, Kanair Natashala. And after going there, he decided, actually, I want to go back to Jagannath Puri. Because there was one more thing that Rup Sanatan Goswami had said, that when you are traveling, going on a pilgrimage to Vrindavan, you should not go with huge crowds. That is against etiquette. You should just go, with alone, or maybe with one more, person, but not in big, huge crowds. So the Lord was considering this when he was at Kanayar Natashala. So then he decided, I'm going to go back to Jagannath Puri. So then he came back to Jagannath Puri, and actually we read in Sri Chaitanya Bhagavat how on the way back now Mahaprabhu visited Advaita Acharya's home, and met with Advaita Acharya and also his son Achyutananda. And while he's traveling back to Jagannath, and also Sachi Mata had come to cook for him at this time. Then, while going back, he had two companions uh, when going back to Jagannath Puri from uh, uh, from Bengal. When he was going back to Jagannath Puri, he had two companions only. So remember, there were so many crowds following with him before. So now he just kept two companions. Who were they? Balabhadra Bhattacharya and Paramananda Puri, like that. So let's just see where we stopped. Also, we read Mahaprabhu came back. Mahaprabhu came back to um, Jagannath Puri, and he stayed there for a few days. And then one night, uh, without informing anyone, secretly, this time again, he went to Vrindavan because this time he didn't want to attract any crowd, so he went secretly without telling anyone. So let's just read 238. Yes. So walking and walking, Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu arrived at Shantipur and remained at the house of Advaita Acharya for 5 to 7 days. Taking this opportunity, Sri Advaita Acharya Prabhu sent for Mother Sachi Devi, and she remained at his house for 7 days to prepare the meals for Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. Taking permission from his mother, Lord Chaitanya Mahaprabhu then started for Jagannath Puri. When the devotees followed him, he humbly begged them to remain and bade them all farewell. They all wanted to go with him. When it was time for him to leave Bengal, go back to Jagannath Puri, everybody wanted to go, but he took only two companions. He requested everyone to please stay. Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, although requesting all the devotees to go back, allowed two people to follow him. He requested all the devotees to come to Jagannath Puri and meet him during the car festival. The two persons who accompanied Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu to Jagannath Puri were Balabhadra Bhattacharya, sorry, it was not Paramananda Puri, Damodar Pandit. Okay. The two devotees who accompanied Mahaprabhu to Jagannath Puri were Damodar Pandit and Balabhadra Bhattacharya. After remaining at Jagannath Puri for a few days, the Lord secretly started for Vrindavan at night. He did this without anyone's knowledge. So today we'll continue from here. बलभद्र भट्टाचार्य रहे मात्र संगे झारीखंड पथे काशी आइला महारंगे. When Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu left Jagannath Puri for Vrindavan, only Balabhadra Bhattacharya was with him. Thus he travelled on the path through Jharikhanda and arrived in Banaras, Varanasi, with great delight. Okay, so when Mahaprabhu went to Jagannath Puri from Bengal, he had two associates. He allowed only two devotees to go with him. Who were they? Balabhadra Bhattacharya and Damodar Pandit. Now, after he returned to Jagannath Puri, he stayed for a few days, and this time, without telling anyone when he was leaving and no details, he silently left one night. But he took one companion with him. Who was that? That was Balabhadra Bhattacharya, the devotee who had accompanied him from Bengal to Puri. He took that devotee, Balabhadra Bhattacharya, with him to Vrindavan. And how did Mahaprabhu go to Vrindavan? He went via Varanasi. So he first stopped at Varanasi on the way to Vrindavan. And how did he travel? He went through the forests of Jharikhand. Yes, he traveled on the path through Jharikhand and arrived in Banaras with great delight. दिनाचार काशी ते रही गेला वृंदावना मथुरा देखिया देखे द्वादश कानना. Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu stayed at Benares only 4 days and then left for Vrindavan. After seeing the town of Mathura, he visited the 12 forests. Purport: those who visit the Vrindavan area today also generally visit 12 places known as the 12 forests. They start at Mathura, where there is Kamyavan. From there they go to Talavan, Tamalavan, Madhuvan, Kusumavan, Bhandiravan, Bilvavan, Bhadravan, Khadiravan, Lohavan, Kumadavan, and Gokula Mahavan. So these are the 12 forests of Vrindavan. In Mathura you have Kamyavan, then Talavan, Tamalavan, Madhuvan, Kusumavan, Bhandiravan, Bilvavan, Bhadravan, Khadiravan, Lohavan, Kumudavan, and Gokula Mahavan. Okay, 12 forests of Vrindavan. One more time I'll say. What are the 12 forests of Vrindavan? First one is Kamyavan in Mathura. Then you have Talavan, Tamalavan. Then Madhuvan, Kusumavan. Madhuvan, Kusumavan. Then Bhandiravan, Bilvavan, Bhadravan. Then Khadiravan, Lohavan. Of course, last is Gokul Mahavan. And Kumudavan. Khadiravan, Lohavan, Kumudavan. And Gokul Mahavan. Kamyavan, Talavan, Tamalavan, Madhuvan, Kusumavan, Bhandiravan, Bilvavan, Bhadravan, Kumudavan, Lohavan, and Gokul Mahavan. And one more, Khadiravan. Khadiravan, Kumudavan, Lohavan, and Gokul Mahavan. These are the 12 forests of Vrindavan. So Mahaprabhu first stayed for 4 days in he stayed for 4 days in Varanasi. Only for 4 days he stayed. And then he went to Mathura, and from Mathura he went to the 12 forests. First he went to Kamyavan, which is in Mathura. Yes. Then what are the other forests? Remaining 11 after Kamyavan? Talavan, Tamalavan, Madhuvan, Kusumavan, Bhandiravan, Bilvavan, Bhadravan, Khadiravan, Lohavan, Kumudavan, Gokul Mahavan. Haribol. So these are the 12 forests of Vrindavan. Next, Mahaprabhu visited all the 12 forests of Vrindavan. Leela sthala dekhi preme hoila asthira, Balabhadra koila tare mathurara bahira. Leela sthala dekhi preme hoila asthira. Right? By seeing the places of Leela Sthali. Leela Sthali means the place where the pastimes are performed. So, dekhi, Leela Sthala dekhi. By seeing these Leela Sthalis, the places of pastimes of Lord Krishna, Preme hoila asthira. Out of great love, he became imbalanced, asthira. Balabhadra koila tare mathurara bahira. So when Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu visited all 12 places of Sri Krishna's pastimes, he became very much agitated because of ecstasy. Balabhadra Bhattacharya somehow or other got him out of Mathura. Because Mahaprabhu is in Vrindavan, in the forests of Vrindavan. Who is Mahaprabhu? Mahaprabhu is Krishna, Radha and Krishna. Krishna in the bhava of Srimati Radharani. So when Mahaprabhu entered the forests of Vrindavan and he saw the places of pastimes, Krishna's pastimes, he went into such ecstasy that he was agitated in ecstasy. So Balabhadra Bhattacharya, the devotee who was accompanying Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, with great difficulty, somehow or other, he got Mahaprabhu out of Mathura so that he wouldn't be so agitated. Balabhadra Koila Tare Mathurara Bahira. Yeah, he made Mahaprabhu to come out of Mathura. गंगा तीर पथे लोया प्रयागे आइला श्री रूपा आसी प्रभु के तथाई मिलिला. After leaving Mathura, the Lord began to walk along the path on the bank of the Ganges, and finally he reached the holy place named Prayag, Allahabad. It was there that Srila Rupa Goswami came and met the Lord. Yes. So first Mahaprabhu went to Varanasi. From Varanasi, Mahaprabhu went to Mathura, and from there he visited all the 12 forests of Vrindavan. And while in Vrindavan, seeing the places of pastimes, he was completely agitated in ecstasy. And then somehow or other, Balabhadra Bhattacharya got Mahaprabhu out of Mathura, and from there Mahaprabhu continued, and he walked along the path, along the banks of river Ganges, and he came to Prayag or Allahabad, and it is there that he met Srila Rupa Goswami. So this is the second time. Yes, Mahaprabhu had met Srila Rupa Goswami at Ramkeli when he attempted to go to Vrindavan the previous time. When Mahaprabhu had attempted to go to Vrindavan the first time, he went to Bengal and then he went to Ramkeli. Yes. And of course, from there going to Kanai Natshala, he came back. Now the second attempt when he went to Vrindavan, he actually went to Vrindavan, and on the way from Vrindavan, returning from Vrindavan, he went to Prayag, and there he met Rupa Goswami for the second time. So Rupa Goswami came there to meet the Lord. Dandavata kori Rupa bhumite podila parama anande prabhu alingana dila. Seeing Mahaprabhu, Rupa Goswami, what did he do? At Prayag, Rupa Goswami fell down on the ground to offer obeisances to the Lord, and the Lord embraced him with great delight. Yes, he was so pleased with Rupa Goswami, Sanatan Goswami, when he met them in Ramkeli. So when he saw Rupa Goswami again at Prayag, he was delighted. He was delighted to see Rupa Goswami. So, and Rupa Goswami, in great humility, he offered Dandavat obeisances to Mahaprabhu, and Mahaprabhu immediately picked him up and embraced him with great delight. Sri Rupe Shikha Korai Pathaila Vrindavana Apane Korila Varanasi Agamana. Sri Rupa Shikha Korai, after giving instructions to Sri Rupa, Pathaila Vrindavana, he sent Rupa Goswami to Vrindavan. Sri Rupe Shikha Korai Pathaila Vrindavana Apane Korila Varanasi Agamana. And what did he do? He himself went to Varanasi, came to Varanasi. So at Prayag, Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu instructed Srila Rupa Goswami, gave him instructions, and then he sent Rupa Goswami to Vrindavan. Mahaprabhu is coming from Vrindavan only at Prayag. So he gave instructions to Rupa Goswami, and then he himself went to Prayag. After instructing Srila Rupa Goswami at Prayag, at the Dashashwamedha Ghat, Chaitanya Mahaprabhu ordered him to go to Vrindavan. The Lord then returned to Varanasi. काशी ते प्रभु के आसी मिलिला सनातन दुई मास रही तारे कोराइला शिखन. While Mahaprabhu was in Varanasi, so Mahaprabhu instructed Rupa Goswami at Prayag, and then he came back to Varanasi. He had gone from Varanasi. Why? he went via Varanasi to Mathura. And again he's coming back. Once again he came back to Varanasi. So on the way, he met Rupa Goswami at Prayag, at Dashashwamedha Ghat, gave him instructions for 10 days, sent Rupa Goswami to Vrindavan with some instructions, what he should do there, and Mahaprabhu came to Varanasi. So on his way back, when he came to Varanasi, who met him? Sanatan Goswami. Sanatan Goswami met him. When Lord Chaitanya Mahaprabhu arrived at Varanasi, Sanatan Goswami met him there. The Lord remained there for 2 months and instructed Sanatan Goswami perfectly. So Mahaprabhu spent 10 days at Prayag instructing Rupa Goswami. And at Varanasi, when he came to Varanasi, he spent 2 months instructing Sanatan Goswami perfectly. And also while Mahaprabhu was in Varanasi, that's when he met also Prakashananda Saraswati, and he delivered all the Mayavadis there. We saw that when we were reading Adi Leela. Mathura pathaila tare diya bhakti bala sannyasi re kripa kori gela nila chala. So Mathura pathaila tare. After instructing Sanatan Goswami perfectly, he sent Sanatan Goswami also to Mathura. He had sent Rupa Goswami to Vrindavan, so now he sent Sanatan Goswami also. How? Diya Bhakti Bala. He gave him, he empowered him with the strength of bhakti. And then he sent him to Mathura. Sannyasira Kripa Kori Gela Nila Chala. In this way, giving his mercy to sannyasis. Which sannyasis? The Mayavadi sannyasis, headed by Prakashananda Saraswati. So he instructed Sanatan Goswami perfectly, gave him Bhakti Bala, sent him to Mathura. He gave mercy to the sannyasis, Mayavadi sannyasis of Varanasi, and then once again he returned to Nilachal, Jagannath Puri. After fully instructing Sanatan Goswami, Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu sent him to Mathura with empowered devotional service. Diya Bhakti Bala, with empowered devotional service. In Benares, he also bestowed his mercy upon the Mayavadi sannyasis. He then returned to Nilachal, Jagannath Puri. Chaya Vatsara Aiche Prabhu Korila Vilas Kabhu iti uti kabhu kshetravas. Chaya Vatsara, 6 years. Aiche Prabhu Korila Vilas. So Mahaprabhu traveled all over India. It's not that he traveled only in South India for 6 years. 6 years is his travels all over India. Now, whether he went to South India or he went to Bengal, right, Ramakeli, and then he went to Vrindavan, then on the way Varanasi and Prayag, like that. So all his travels, he went up to. So in the north, he went up to Mathura, Vrindavan, Prayag, till there. And in south, of course, Mahaprabhu went all the way down to the Ram Setu. So he went up to the ocean in south. And Chaya Vatsara. For 6 years, Mahaprabhu traveled all over India. Korila Vilas. He was sometimes here and sometimes there performing his transcendental pastimes. Vilasa, right? He's performing his pastimes. And sometimes he remained at Jagannath Puri. Yes, so in these 6 years, he was also in Jagannath Puri for some time, isn't it? First he went to South India and he came back to Jagannath Puri. That's his headquarters. He would go to a place and come back to Jagannath Puri. He went to South India and came back to Jagannath Puri. What was happening in Jagannath Puri? Snan Yatra, right? Mahaprabhu was in, Jagannath Baldev Subhadra. They were in seclusion. First the Snan Yatra happened and then they were in seclusion. So Mahaprabhu arranged for Gundicha temple cleansing, right? And then at first he was feeling so much separation, so he went to Alalanath because he couldn't bear the separation, that the Lord is not there on the altar when he came. And then the Rath Yatra festival, we saw the ecstasies of Mahaprabhu in the mood of Srimati Radharani. Then, after that, the devotees at Bengal had come, and Mahaprabhu said that you should come every year, right? And then again, the next year also they had come, so time had passed while Mahaprabhu was there in Puri. And then, with the devotees, Mahaprabhu, would perform kirtans, pastimes on the bank, on the seashore, right? And he remembered Ganga. He decided to go to Vrindavan via Ganga, spend some time in Ganga. So then, from Puri, now he went to Bengal with the intention of going to Vrindavan, but he didn't go all the way to Vrindavan. Again, he came back to Puri. He stayed for some days in Puri. And after staying for some days, this time secretly he left for Vrindavan. So he went to Varanasi. For 4 days he stayed there. Then he went to Mathura, visited all the 12 forests. And because he was so agitated, his companion Balabhadra Bhattacharya somehow or other got Mahaprabhu out of Mathura. Then, following the banks of the Ganges, he came to Prayag. There he met with Rupa Goswami, instructed Rupa Goswami, and then sent him to Vrindavan. Then he continued. Mahaprabhu came to Varanasi. There he met Sanatan Goswami, instructed Sanatan Goswami for 2 months, and then sent him to Mathura also. And then he delivered the Mayavadi sannyasis and came back to Jagannath Puri. So all these travels, going to South India, going to Bengal, coming back, going to Vrindavan and coming back to Puri, all these travels of Mahaprabhu, this was all over India, happened in 6 years. 6 years. The first 6 years. The first 6 years. So totally Mahaprabhu remained a sannyasi for 24 years. Remained a sannyasi means he was, after taking sannyas, he remained, he performed his manifested pastimes for 24 years. Of those 12, that's why in the beginning of this Madhya Leela, the first thing that we read is how you divide the time of Mahaprabhu's pastimes after taking sannyas. So first 6 years of those 24, he was traveling. This is the time period. So this is what we saw now, all his travels. All this happened in the first 6 years. The next 6 years, he didn't travel. He stayed in Jagannath Puri continuously. Not just the next 6 years. The next 18 years, he stayed in Jagannath Puri. He didn't travel anywhere else. He only traveled the first 6 years. And also, after taking sannyas, first he went to, he attempted then also. As soon as he took sannyas, he took off, isn't it? Into the forest. And then, he was going towards Vakreshwar Tirtha, and from there he turned around and he came back. And he came to Advaita Acharya's house in Shantipur, like that. Actually, it is said Nityananda Prabhu tricked him into, Mahaprabhu was thinking he's going to Vrindavan, but Nityananda Prabhu tricked him into going to Shantipur, like that. So that was that is also in the first 6 years of taking sannyas. That was right after taking sannyas, immediately after taking sannyas, right? The first 12 days or something. And then he came back, and all the devotees from Navadvip came. They were in great separation from the Lord. So all these travels happened in the first 6 years. And then the next 6 years, next 18 years, Mahaprabhu stayed in Puri continuously. And of those 18 years, 6 years, he was still performing Sankirtan, right? Inducing everyone to chant Hare Krishna, propagating Sankirtan the next 6 years, but staying in Puri only, not traveling. And he's sending devotees to different places to preach. So Rup Goswami would come, Sanatan Goswami would come. They were already given instructions to go to Vrindavan, but even then sending Nityananda Prabhu to preach in Bengal, like that. He would send devotees to go and preach. But he stayed now in Jagannath Puri next 6 years. But he's still preaching, spreading the Sankirtan movement. And the last 12 years, so first 12 years passed like this. The last 12 years, he was completely into his internal bhava, right? He was not in external consciousness. And he was actually relishing the mood of the pastime of Vipralamba Bhava, separation from the Lord. Why separation from the Lord? Because this is Krishna who is in the mood of Srimati Radharani, tasting the bhava of Srimati Radharani, what it is that she is experiencing. So Krishna is experiencing that himself as Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. So that is the last 12 years. So far what we discussed up to this point is Mahaprabhu's travels in the first 6 years. That's why I gave all this. Chaya Vatsara Aiche Prabhu Karila Vilas Kabhu Iti Uti Kabhu Kshetra Vas. The Lord traveled all over India for 6 years. He was sometimes here and sometimes there, performing his transcendental pastimes, and sometimes he remained at Jagannath Puri. So, I think we can stop here. I will continue tomorrow. Thank you so much. Hare Krishna.
Thank you, Mataji. Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna. Hare Krishna. Thank you.